It's a fabulous Friday today, and the week has been very bumpy. However, it's not all bad news, as we will later see that Kenya's position rises in destination for the foreign index.
Now, welcome to the Daily Business Show. My name is Lucy Riley, and this is Alan in studio with us today. Now, there's a lot in store for you today, including matters pertaining to talent search. And just before we get into that, let's have a look at the top stories for today. Yeah. Now, Kenya has been ranked as an improved destination for the foreign workers in a survey by Global Network of Expertise Internations. The 2019 Expert Insider Survey saw Kenya ranked 36 out of 64 countries, an improvement from 2018. This is due to the country's improvements in every index, rather, and it was in the bottom quarter when it came to the safety and security, where it ranked 38th.
Despite the low ranking in the security sector, experts have had a friendly reception by the locals. The data indicated that 72% find it easy to make new friends in Kenya. 74% of the expatriates surveyed describe Kenyans friendly towards residents, higher than the global average of 65%.
Moving on, and Barclays is among the last banks to start dispensing cash over the mobile. The lender said that its Timiza platform dispensed 2 million in loans to 4 million customers since its inception. The managing director, Jeremy Owuor, said that the bank went through a capital crunch that hindered its efforts to counter innovation and competition. Now, the bank, however, strategizes on using the platform to cover or to offer more improved services to its customers, such as immediate borrowing, saving money, free money transactions, hailing taxis, among others.
Moving on, the Senate unlocked billions of shillings to the devolved units after dropping its push for the additional budgetary allocation to the counties. This enabled averting of a looming shutdown of the 47 governments. A team picked by the Senate to demand for more allocation settled for the 316 billion that was initially offered by the National Assembly and Treasury. Governors who accumulated billions of shillings debt owed to the suppliers and contractors had warned of an imminent shutdown had the two-month statement over the division of the revenue bill persisted beyond this week. The financial crunch and the disrupted key operations, including development projects, supplies of goods and services.
Now, our question of the day today is talent management an ideal business investment in today's economy? Is talent management an ideal business in today's economy? Tweet us to @TV47KE and at Lucy_Riley with the hashtag DaysCounterKE.
And now for the business segment. Today we will be having the PS of TVET, Kevin Desai. Take a look.
Train on the standards as master trainers, but also ensure that we include them as far as our national standards in each of our respective countries. That'll really be the game changer, because it's through this capacity that we'll be able to develop centers of excellence, and it's through these initiatives that we'll be able to really further specialize and create the pathways to greater solutions as far as productivity, innovation, and efficiency are concerned. And ladies and gentlemen, also consider that indeed, when we are able to make our own machines, that we're also able to add value to some of the pertinent international issues and global issues, which include climate change and the Sustainable Development Goals. And it's through this capacity towards promoting technology transfer that we have the greatest potential of being involved, but playing a significant role in world manufacturing and world capacity development.
Now let's take a look at how various commodities are selling in different parts of the country in Kenya today.
Are you going to talk over it? Welcome, welcome to the business news. Over 70 young tech enthusiasts have graduated from the Africa Tech Challenge. The participants, spanning from a variety of African countries, underwent a 5-week training program and will now join the market more technologically advanced and will seek to solve the day-to-day African problems. Our reporter James Kimani tells us more.
Well, it's a good day for over 70 participants of the African Tech Challenge who have just qualified to the next level after undergoing a 5-week thorough training on matters technology. Well, if I can just give you a breakdown of this Africa Tech Challenge, is that it is in the 6th season, having undergone over 5 past seasons with many youth from across Africa, considering that this current one, the 6th season of the Africa Tech Challenge, had participants from Uganda, Tanzania, they had participants from Cote d'Ivoire who came to Africa, who came to Kenya, that is to undergo training on matters technology, considering that the world right now is headed towards the 4th industrial revolution, where the technology aspect is being considered in high regard all across the world. We are having people coming with new technological methods of doing things, and we are also having more innovations coming into place that are shaping how we view things. Well, these are some of the sentiments that were given at the conference.
At the highest level of adoption, application, the ability to build products and devices that are market ready, and to showcase these advances in all aspects of the industrial agenda. But an effort has to be put, and indeed the process of engagement has to start with all of us. And you can be rest assured that you're not alone, because we are not only collective in spirit, but we're passionate about what we do. And if we get stuck, we have friends who can assist us, like the Chinese industrial sector, who have gained so much in terms of their quality and their aspirations in industrialization.
Through the 2 phases of Kenya-China TVET project, we have completed equipment installation in 10 disciplines for 116 technical institutions across Kenya. More than 300 master trainers have been systematically trained for the advanced technology, use of equipment, workshop management and maintenance, industry liaison, and the teaching methodology, among others.
Well, like I mentioned earlier, it has been a good day for over 70 participants who participated in the African Tech Challenge that had over 5 weeks of training, youth undergoing a 5 week of training. Well, right now I'm joined by the Ghanaian convoy to Kenya, some of them that have been trained and have actually won an award. Maybe you can start by telling us your name. I tried, but I couldn't pronounce your names very well. Maybe you can just start by introducing yourselves.
I'm Engineer Dechi Obobi from Ghana.
I'm also Richard Okwabi from Ghana.
So you guys won. How is the feeling?
I think it was great. As a country, Ghana, we know we don't have the technology as Kenya has. So we are happy we've won the most engaging team during this 6th Tech Award.
You mentioned a very key point that you guys on the other side in Ghana are not as well technologically as compared to Kenya. Maybe why do you feel that is so?
As we've seen, we are now advancing. If you look at some of the speeches that was presented, it has to say that next year probably we should also have such similar machines in our country. That tells you that we're lacking such machines, and with an exposure of such ones, with it coming on board next year, maybe if we have ourselves to be in season 7 and 8, probably we're going to pull a very surprise. But we are really pleased to be exposed to such machines, and we thank AVIC for such opportunity. We hope that they will speed up what they intend to do for us in Ghana, so that we could also be very competitive
You guys have undergone a 5-week training on matters technological and technological advancement. Maybe you can give us the key points that you have noted out during the training about innovation that you feel that Africa really needs right now. You can start with you.
I will talk about the equipment which my friend just made mention of. As we are being exposed to this equipment and new skills coming on board, then we are sure of also meeting the needs of our country in terms of infrastructure, in terms of manufacturing and advanced technology. Looking at what we have seen here, we, as my colleague just said, we will also have to work harder and make sure that we have these machines so that the youth will learn and then advance their skills.
You mentioned a key point, manufacturing. Ghanaians are known to own their fabric. You guys, as I can see right now, you are owning your fabric. Maybe do you feel that if you are more technologically advanced, you will be able to sell more of this, considering now we are at an age that we have an African free trade area. Across Africa now is coming together in terms of trade. Do you feel that if you guys were given the opportunity to get technically advanced, as we are in Kenya, you will be able to expand your market in terms of fabric making?
Absolutely, absolutely. We should be able to expand our factory because we are gifted when it comes to knowledge. The only lacking aspect has to do with the exposure with the technological advancements that we've been talking about here. So if we get the opportunity to really enhance our skills in that direction, we should look forward that we should be able to supply not just soft, we should go beyond Africa. When we have that opportunity, we'll be able to service Africa, improving not just our textile materials, we could also add other relevant areas in terms of agric, manufacturing equipment, where we can be able to feed ourselves as a continent and even export it beyond African continent.
You talked about feeding, and this is the last question. Africa is currently suffering because we have a lot of food insecurity. Do you feel that technology can help us solve the food insecurities that we have as a continent? Right now we are in Kenya, where we are expecting drought at some points of this nation of ours. Do you feel that it can help solve some of the problems that we are facing right now?
Absolutely, 100%. As at now in Ghana, we are implementing similar projects that we are using robots to even spray some of the farms. We are using a robot to check the weather. We have imported some equipment that is helping the farmers in the villages, the rural areas. And I think if we get the skills ourselves, we will be able to research more and also use this research, the results of the research, to develop new systems that will help not just Ghana, but the entire African continent.
Thank you very much, guys, and all the best in your future technological advancements and even projects. Thank you very much again. Well, they've had it, the team from Ghana that won the most engaging team all across Africa in terms of the tech challenge that was happening from all across all across the world. That the tech challenge that was organized by AVIC. Well, I'll hand it back to the studio for now, but I'll make sure to keep you up to date with these guys who are making progress in terms of technology and also other technological aspects that may come into play in the near future. Back to the studio.
Now, residents and UN peacekeepers join hands to clean up South Sudan capital. Local authorities and UN troops hold a cleanup exercise in South Sudan as rebuilding efforts in the country continue. Much of the landlocked East African nation's plans to develop its infrastructure was scuttled during a 5-year civil war. Take a look.
Right now, let's have a look at how the Forex, the Kenya shilling is actually trading against other currencies today.
Thank you for staying with us right here on the Day's Counter, but at this point we take a short break.
Wana make 2 documents kwa ofisi, then inakuwa ni mimi. Sasa watakuwa tu involved coach na mwalimu wa michezo na principal maybe anakuanga involved.
Everything, kila kitu inafanyika kwa ofisi ya principal, stamping inatoka kwa ofisi ya principal.
Inakuwa ni hali ya mwenye nguvu mpishe.
Ajira na kizungumkuti cha taaluma.
Nilikuwa nimejaribu so many media houses ku apply, lakini unapata hakuna nafasi. So nikasema let me try a different thing, niseme nataka kuwa volunteer.
Mwanafunzi akipewa ile nafasi ya kujua passion yake na vile ako na uwezo wa kufanya zile course, basi ataziunganisha hizo vitu mbili.
Ungana nami Paul Kirobi tujadili kwa undani.
Wanasema riziki haivutwi kwa kamba. Nayo kazi ni kazi, mradi inakulisha na kukuvisha. Wiki hii kwenye Hustle Mashinani tunamlenga
Majina yangu ni Peter Dongo Wariara,
anayetengeneza mabango ya makaburi.
Sisi tunatengenezeaga wenye walikufa, si wenye wanakufa.
Jumuika nami Magdalene Wanjiko nikufahamishe zaidi.
Welcome back. Thank you for staying with us right here on the Days Count. Now, this part of the show is where we have guests in the studio to discuss something around the question of the day. And for today, we're going to discuss something on talent management. Joining us in studio today is the producer and director known as Sedo, alongside a lady known as Natalie, who is the founder of Sauti Sol. Sauti Academy, sorry for that. Thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Now, just to kick us off, I'd love to first and foremost get the explanation or get an understanding of what talent management is, because not so many people understand what talent management is. Maybe if I start with you, Sedo.
Okay. Talent management is just as it is. There is the talent, and there needs to be a system, strategies, principles behind that artist. A system that pushes the artist and makes the artist available to whatever sources of their content is being produced to. That is, if this artist has a particular vision and they want to deliver this vision, there has to be a team of people behind the artist to guarantee that this thing is delivered in the right manner. So that is artist and talent management, from finances to brand and so on and so forth.
Okay.
Yeah.
So if I could hear from you, Natalie.
Yes, I think Sedo has said it all. I think before we get to a level of artist management, the artist needs to invest in their talent and professionalize their talent to create a unique product that is manageable. Yes.
Okay, now, you see, when you talk of talent, it's probably something that you're gifted with, right? It's something that you're gifted with. What do you define as talent? Because you're probably handling artists before they blow up to become real artists, and Sedo deals with people who've already dived into the market. So what would you define as talent? How do you spot it yourself?
I think talent, okay, talent on its own, it starts with an interest, right?
Yeah.
So when we are young, we show interest to certain things. So what our parents hopefully will do is to allow us to explore these interests. Then we will see what we are good at. And if we then still like it, we will start working on that talent, and then we can professionalize that talent. I would say at the end of the day, talent is maybe 20%. Whether you're going to be successful or not is going to be determined by what you put into that talent, how you invest in it, and how you make it stand out.
Okay. Yeah. Now, you run Sauti Academy, which revolves around voice coaching.
Yes.
Yeah, and the artists that have come there, we've seen amazing artists pass through the academy. How do you handle voice coaching? Because so many people believe they're bathroom singers and stuff like that. So many people believe that they can sing. So when I step into Sauti Academy, what's the process of the voice coaching? I come to you, I can sing.
Okay, so the process is first you audition to get in, because we work with different levels of artists. But speaking about these artists that start from 18 years old, they come and audition, and we will see if they have a musical ear. They can hear themselves and be a little bit critical of themselves. They can sing on key. They understand, basics around music. And then the process is that we develop that talent slowly by, first, of course, we'll teach you how to breathe. Very hands-on. Okay, you want to make a sound, you have to stand straight and learn how to breathe properly. This sounds a little bit crazy, but the way we breathe in singing, it's a natural way which we are told and taught to forget when we grow up. We start pulling in our tummies and, standing in all sorts of positions because we think singing is unnatural, but actually we have to go back to that natural thing of singing is just like talking. And that's the start. From there on, we also have songwriting courses, and we have a fantastic guest teacher here, Sedo himself, who is supporting us in that department. And we have music business courses as well. So at Sauti Academy, it's much more than just only voice coaching, but together with the voice coaching, we will also help you to develop a product which should be marketable.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. Now let's get to the elephant of the room, which has been a really, really tight discussion over the past few weeks.
Yeah.
We've seen the issues with copyrights and how artists have been handled in terms of dispersing funds and what. What's your take on the government in terms of dealing with talent in our country? Like, how do they approach it, and do you think like it's in a good place or it should be in a better place?
Okay. I'll try not to speak for them because it's difficult to speak on behalf of someone because I'm not in their shoes. I really don't know.
Yeah.
What I can say is our industry is really growing, and we are at a point where artists should be making money through the royalty system because money is being collected from a certain source and it's owed to the artist. if there are systems put in place to guarantee that I will produce a song, I'll put it outside, and then I will get an income based on how often the song was being played or my popularity and so on and so forth, it should be a guarantee, because advanced markets are at that level. And if we have started that system, then we owe it to the artists to learn and understand how the other markets are doing, and then deliver in the same quality, if not better, suited to what our environment requires. Because we are not there, we are not quite there yet, but I feel it's a good start. Sorry, excuse me, it's a good start. And I think every effort should be put possible to understand how that thing is done, so that we can give the artists their due.
Okay. Yeah. As I stay on you, Sedu.
Yeah.
Through across all platforms, there's sports,
Yeah.
there's music, there's everything, basically art and culture.
Yeah.
In our country, we've had a really, really serious issue in terms of monetary reimbursement and that kind of stuff. So do you feel like it's also part to the artists themselves or the sports players themselves to actually look into the policies and the regulations that guide these different ministries and different platforms? Because I think on the artist side, we might be attacking the government and stuff, but we don't necessarily sit down to see. What do you think should be done?
Yes, I think, so first of all, I think we give, you know, the moment you blame something, you give it so much power, because you're saying you can't be successful, you can't do anything if this system is not right or this is not right. But the fact is that regardless of whether the system is good or bad, there is some success stories. There are artists who are touring across the world. There are sports players who are playing in Kenya and outside Kenya, and they have achieved a certain kind of success. And I believe the systems are tools to make us become successful, but they're not the methods to which we should rely on solely to become successful. And it's my responsibility as an artist to just make sure that I'm so good, really good, that even if the systems are bad, I will never stay hungry.
Okay.
So yes, we do have a responsibility. And I feel really sad that a lot of people like pointing fingers and saying it's the, you know, I'm not this because of that person and so on and so forth. Let the system guys fix the system. But it's my responsibility as an artist to make sure that I'm not only good, but very good, to the extent where I'm irreplaceable and I can charge whatever I want, so that even if the systems are not good, I'm still okay.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now back to Sauti Academy.
Yes.
You've gotten a applicant who's been adopted into the system, to the Sauti Academy.
Yes.
He or she has gone through the whole process and graduated with honors.
Yes.
What's the next step for these artists? Do you guys have programs to absorb them or help them expose themselves to the market? Or it's once you graduate from Sauti Academy, it's go push yourself. It's out there. Yeah.
I mean, during the course, we will make sure that all students and all singers, let's not call them students, let's call them trainees, that the trainees are actually exposed to the industry. So not only will we take the trainees to the industry, we will also bring the industry to the trainees. Sauti Academy's unique value, I think, in this industry and in comparison to other schools is that we have 2 feet in the middle of the industry. We have partners who come in. I mean, look who's sitting next to me on this couch. You know, he was in class on Saturday. And that is, he is the person all young artists are looking for. Is it my responsibility to take them by the hand, or our Sauti Academy responsibility to take them by the hand? Absolutely not. I also believe that, you know, in life, you have to work and you have to find your opportunities. So all the opportunities are there. The industry is wide open to you. So what are you going to do with it? But the idea is that all students who come out of Sauti Academy now have the skills and the attitude and hopefully the drive to get them where they want to go.
Okay.
Yeah.
Now, just to wrap up the final question or so, there has been a lot of conversation around this group is talented. Like you've seen the likes of Ethic, the young kids are coming out, they're embracing the technology age. You know, so, and a lot of people saying that these kids are not talented. As a voice coach and as a producer and a director, how are you able to define talent? Like how would you tell, like, okay, this kid is talented, this guy's not talented? How would you tell it?
But is that the question, or is the question, you know, what makes you successful in the music industry?
Exactly, yeah, because I can come, I can come and say that I have this talent.
Yes.
And most of the times you guys just take them in because you're running a business as well. He's running a business as well. So some of you just take him there, like, yeah, you got talent, you have talent, just come over. Do you actually tell that person, like, okay, I feel like this is not your field, or you can go and try something?
I mean, of course you can say that. Okay, to the example of the mentioned artists, I can say that I think it's important whatever you sing, you believe in it. And so it's not so much important whether I believe what you say, as long as it's what you believe. And so if you want to say rude things on television in front of your parents, and you are okay with that and you believe in that, then my job as a voice coach is to facilitate that expression, your own words. If you want to sing to God, please sing to God, but make sure that this is your truth.
Yes.
So I believe that all expression comes from your heart, and that is the most important thing, and that is what an audience will feel. And whether we agree with that audience, me, you, we will all have a different taste. That is not really up to me personally or up to Sauti Academy. We believe everybody should be able to say what they want to say, as long as it's real to them.
Yes.
Yeah.
Any last words, James?
Yeah, because it's actually our responsibility to enhance. We are there to guide you, not to change and take you to a different direction. Whatever consequences that you bear are entirely yours. It's not up to me to come and tell you whether you should do it like this or you should do it like that. My work is to make sure whatever it is that you need to do it so well. Because those brands that, okay, not everyone is comfortable with what they are doing, but they are successful. Yes. They are successful brands, and they do have an audience. If they didn't have an audience, we wouldn't even be discussing them here right now. But the fact that they do have an audience means there's something that they're doing that is right. Okay, the best that we can do is, if we don't like their music, let's not listen to them. Let's listen to what we like, and let those who want to listen to that music and enjoy it, let them enjoy it to the maximum. Yes, because every market has to have its rich man and its madman, so there has to be a balance.
Okay, fine. That was all the time we had for this, and thank you very much for gracing us with this. But as we wind up, I'd love for us to listen to some of the works that Sedo has worked on in the past and currently. Thank you.